Welcome back everybody to Tony's Top Tips Workshop. It's another video and I think you'll all be interested in what I'm going to unbox here today. It's an addition to the 4040 Pro, the Genmitsu 4040 Pro CNC. Now I saw this online on Saturday night, I think it was Saturday night, and I ordered it about 8 o'clock. I ordered it and it arrived today, so that's pretty good from Sainsmart's site. Now I've had lots of things from Sainsmart and they've always come before time, and that's one thing I like. And this is what this is. This is it's not a offline controller like the that you can get for the 4040 Pro that comes with the rotary. This is I think they call it, is it an MPG or something like that, and it's you can move and jog the machine about at different speeds. Now, as you well know, I like to use my 4040 with the offline controller, because once you've designed it on the program, on your design software, which mine's Aspire Vectrix, then it's a simple case of putting it on a chip, putting it in the hand controller, setting it up, and away you go. And I have, only from my own fault, but I've never had a failure. That offline controller just runs the programs, no matter how many files there are on the chip for that one program, it just runs it. So I have no complaints. I don't know what other people are having problems with as regards the offline control, but mine runs absolutely perfect. But what I do find is, you know yourself on the offline controller, when you're operating it, to jog the machine about, you've got to go to A-axis or X-axis or Y-axis, and you've got to go, and then you've got to set what you want it to, and then you've got to press the button. I don't have that problem on my Pro machine, because with a DSP you can, if you hold it on the finger on continuous, it'll just move where you want. It's really good. But this plugs into your so I'm led to believe from the write-ups, and it said it's for the 4040. I've had that before, but I purchased an offline controller and it said it was for the 4040 through Amazon Sainsmart site, and it didn't work on mine. It was the wrong adapter, and nor would it have worked anyway. So, but this, it said that this actually will work with the offline controller plugged in. You plug this into like what looks like the serial port, and then off you go, and you twiddle the wheel. And anyway, let's do the unboxing. So I'll just move you down. There you go. Let's just dispense with that one. And this is rotary encoder. Okay, Precision Instruments. And it's called an MPG, I thought it was right. MPG hand wheel for 3018 MX3. Right, now I've had this before. On the actual website it says it's for the 4040 as well. So we shall see. If it's not, because it advertised it, then it will be going back. But fingers crossed, because this is gonna, if this works, this is really going to help me in the setup and the speed of it. So there's some instructions, I believe, or yeah, right. This is what you get in the box. Oof, this is a terrifically long lead. That supposedly plugs onto, it's like a serial port on your computer really. Look at that for a long lead. I would think it's, well, let's put it this way, I would think it's it's over a metre, and it'll stretch more than that, maybe a metre and a half. And it's really heavy duty cable. It's not flimsy. It's you know, it doesn't, you can't kink it. It's not that type of cable. And this is the hand controller. You'll see that. This is the MPG. There is that's metal. It's a metal bracket. Now I believe this was on the website. I got it with a bit of mid-points and what have you, and a bit of discount. I got it for about £54, and this is quite well made. So that one here was it, and that's it. And you've seen them on various sites using CNCs where you can, it's like notched, very fine notches, and it's like the faster you go, depending what settings it's on, because you've 1 times there, 10 times, and 100 times, and when you move that like that, the machine will jog whichever axis you've put it on. Okay, that's that one. I want you can see that. That's it. This is quite heavy, and it's quite heavy plastic, but it's aluminium wheel. That's definite. And it's a pendant handheld controller. And you've got, well, presume me, you've got X, and you've got Y, and you've got Z. Whichever you put it on and you turn that, it's like on mine has this built in my DSP and my professional machine. And then you've got 4, 5 and 6. Now I presume 4 will be a rotary. I don't know. I haven't tried it, so I don't know on that one. But we shall see on that. And of course, whatever speed you set it to, and there's a plus and a minus. So you go that way, it'll go minus. That, and then that'll go plus. Okay. It's quite a, oh, I just found out. Yeah, it's magnetic. Okay, so that's what and it's quite strong. I'm quite impressed with it actually. I didn't know what it'd be like, and that, by the way, is off. So nothing moves. If you knock that and it's on the X, it might well move it. I don't know whether it'll move it in a program, I don't know. So once you've moved it to where you want, put it to the off. Okay. But all in all, if this works, it's going to aid me in the speed of movement, the ease of movement, then, because I use the offline controller. And I would think that if you're running the software, your CNC is connected to your software, you know, Candle or what have you, or other form of driving the CNC, then this should still work plugged in to your CNC, which will stop you having to click on the keyboard and move it about to get it to setting position and then zeroing. This should do it, be a lot easier. And I can see once, as I say, I've only just spotted this on the website, and I haven't seen anybody doing any videos yet on it. But what I'm going to do is, there is a bit of leaflet here, but it might be idiot instructions, I don't know. It might be just yeah, it's well, this is very, very helpful because none of it's in English, which is a great help, isn't it? Yeah. Very good. Yeah. No English. Anyway. Not on that mine anyway. But anyway, So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take you. I'll switch you back up because I don't like talking about you seeing me unless I'm showing you something. Right, what we'll do now is I'll take you down into the shop. I put my heated, we're just picking you up. I got a battery operated a little battery pack, rechargeable lithium ion battery pack, and for the shop it can get quite cold, and price of electricity now just to keep yourself warm. I'd rather keep cold. But my son for Christmas bought me a heated waistcoat, and he said, try this, Dad, for the garage, or for when I'm on my motorbike or when I'm out walking with the dog and it's cold. And I thought, yeah, I'll see how good it is. So the other day I was in the workshop and I thought, I'll put this waistcoat on, and it was the biggest size he got, and I'm not a slim lad, so to say it fits me alright. It's just a little bit on the tight side, but I'm not bothered about that. It's not like a rubber glove, but I actually put it on the highest setting, and within 20 minutes I was getting warm. I thought, good God, this is keeping me warm. My fingers weren't. Could have done with them levelled up down to my fingers as well. But anyway, and it really did aid me in keeping warm in the workshop. So I'll be probably popping that on. I have a one-piece suit, but because I like the garage door open and workshop door open and that. But anyway, what I'll do is I'll take you down there now, and we'll see how this performs and see if it's really any good, and if it does work on the 4040. As I say, I've had that problem before and it hasn't, so I'll see you shortly down in the workshop. Well, down at workshop now. It's a bit nippy, I can assure you on that, but I have my heated waistcoat on, so I'm nice and cosy really, like a toast, back and front it heats up. So right, we've come down and we're going to see if this actually works. This is the new MPG controller from Sainsmart, about £54 that I got it for, with free delivery. It's well made. I've plugged it in, but I haven't tried it as yet, so we're going to see. So you'll see whether this works or not. So what I'll do now is I'll take you over to the machine and we'll plug it in, switch it on, and see what happens there. Right, here we are. Okay, that's the MPG. Now you can see the lead. It's quite a long, robust lead. This is the plug at the end. I'll just show you that one. That's it. It's like your monitor lead or serial port lead on your back of your computer. Now if you look at the control box, it has that port on there, so this should just plug straight in. Tying it in. I've not powered on. What you're seeing here is what you're going to get, and I'm hoping it's going to work. I haven't tried it, and that's being honest with you. I've got the 4th axis plugged in, as you can see. So what we're going to do now is we'll switch the machine on. That's the offline controller, which I use. I don't connect my 4040 to the PC. I run it solely from the card and the offline controller. Right, we'll switch on now. Right. Okay, so let's see what happens. Now that's just on prepare. That's what screen you get when you initially switch the as a lot of people that have this offline controller will know. When you switch the machine on, that's what you do, and you go into settings to set either 3 axis or 4 axis, or prepare, whichever you're doing, and that into the setup. So what we'll do now is we'll get the offline controller and put it into prepare. Right, so that's what you'd see, as everybody's aware, on the offline controller that has one anyway. So now we'll get the right. So here it's a bit awkward when I'm trying to show you the movement as well as showing you the MPG controller. Right, so that's connected in, and as you can see on that shows off. Okay, so I'll just move the A-axis on a bit so I can put this down here. Okay, right, so here we are. We've taken it from off and we've actually set it to the X-axis. We're going to move the X-axis plus, so it's on 100, which is the fastest it will go, and then we'll just turn the knob. We'll ignore the numbers on there for the moment, but let's see if I twiddle this. Oh yes, right, 1 notch. This is 1 notch on the wheel. Right, but watch what happens when I turn this. Or minus. So right, there we go. So that's working. Let's put the X-axis to the Y-axis. Okay, so we move that to the Y-axis and we'll see if we can move it plus. Okay, which is away. Right, what we'll do now is we'll try it on the next speed, which is 10 times 10. Okay, you can watch that down there. Very smooth. And we'll go on to the 1 times now. Oh, that's very, very fine. You see that moving? And I'm turning that wheel quite fast, so that'll give you your fine adjustment. Okay, right, let's try Z-axis on put the Z-axis on and do it to 10. Okay, so we'll move it down. Perfect. And back up. You won't put it on, well, you could put it on the fast one. Just means that when you do the notch, it moves faster on the 10, moves more distance. Okay, so that works. That's working the CNC as like my DSP does and my Pro machine. I have buttons that actually do all this, so it's all built into one. This is separate. What I'd like to check now is that when I put that onto, which would be the A axis, but onto number 4, let's see if it moves the chuck. We'll put it on 10. No, we'll put it on 100 maximum times 100. Let's see what the chuck does. Oh, yeah. Very smooth. I mean, this is, for setting up, this is going to be absolutely brilliant. Then, especially when you're using the offline controller like me, because when you use the offline controller, it's a series that you're flicking all the time. Oh, right, I want to move x-axis, so I move that to plus, and then we're in here, so we'll move it, and it moves it. Oh, move it minus. Oh, we'll go down to there, but you've no indication of where that's moved. Okay, so what we'll do is, let's try something. Go down here, and we'll set this to home. Okay, that's home in now. Right, that's home. Now it'll be interesting to see if we go to the next page on here. Let's take the offline controller. If we go to the next page on here, which will be start your project, this is what I'm interested with. You'll see the figures on X is 231, right? Okay, and that's zeroed. Okay, that's home. Okay, now I'm hoping that when I will pop that down here, it should reach. Let's have a look. So it's very difficult when you're trying to show two things at once, but I'm just hoping that when I actually move this wheel, I'll put it on y-axis, so I'll move the gantry that way on the y-axis, so that's plus. I'm just hoping that those figures change. Oh, they are, yeah. So you can go look at the y-axis figures changing. Right, so let's put it on fine. Yeah, oh, can't tell you how much this is going to aid me on the setup of the machine, because if you're slightly out, as I've done in one of my previous videos, of where you want to get back to a set point to do a cutter change, or if you're running 4 or 5 tool paths and you want to change the cutter, so now you don't have to go backwards and forwards to that screen to select which axis you want to move and then come back on here and hope you've moved it enough. You can do it from here on the MPG, which is absolutely brilliant. Now let's see what happens if I put it on the A-axis. I'm hoping the A-axis so pop that to number 4 there, and let's see if the figures alter on the A-axis. Oh yes, look at that. That's on the finest. Yeah. Yeah, I think this time they've Sainsmart have done something right in order to. This apparently there was one like this out a while ago, but and you can buy them on places like eBay and Amazon, but they come with the leads unattached from a plug, so you have to actually put the serial port lead on, or comms port, which that is like, but this already comes with it on, which and for I think it was £54 free delivery, is absolutely a bargain. Really, I consider it a bargain. This, it's well made, it's a magnetic clip, and this will enable you to pop it, I put my hand controller back in there. This now will enable me to home it, go to my start position where I want to start on my material, and then zero it all. And once I've zeroed it, run the file, and I can use the offline control to move it to where I want. When I zero it on here, because there's no facility on that, it's not a one that will zero. So once you've zeroed it, and I want to do a cutter change, it'll come back, or I can actually move it to another point without having to go back into the other page or the other screen. I mean, it's really I'll know more when I've actually used it on a multi-tool path, but I think the makeup of this and how it aids you with the offline controller like I use it is absolutely brilliant. But this should work to move the machine about even when you're running from the PC. So as I say, this is another great bit of kit to aid to the use on the 4040 Pro, and I'm so glad that it actually moves the A-axis. So yeah, I think for once, I think this has been requested because it came on the market and then it went off last year sometime. I looked for it and then it suddenly went off, but they now have brought it back on, and I'm a bit dubious because, as I said on the first part of the video, I've bought things. I bought an offline controller before and it said for the 4040 Pro, and I got it here, different connections, wouldn't work on here, so I returned it, and this said 4040 Pro and 3018 and 3020. It's on Sainsmart's site anyway, what CNCs it runs, but like anything else, the other one was supposed to be for it and it obviously wasn't. Now when I received this and I look on the box, it says 3018, and I thought, oh no, not another one. But anyway, it all works, of which I am absolutely over the moon with. Right, back round now. Yeah, as I said, great bit of kit. It works. Well, it says on the sort of brief description you get on Sainsmart, actually, you know, it works. And it's a great addition to the 4040. I keep getting a lot of requests on social media. You know, people saying, what have you done with the old Z-axis that was replaced? I took my old one off, obviously, and put the new one on, the reinforcement, and it's pretty sturdy with that. which should have been done in first place, but I had a chap that asked me if I had the old one, because he could have used it, he said, to put him on, because I didn't quite understand what he was on about, but unfortunately I took what I could off that was of any good, and I scrapped the rest because it was completely no good. I took it apart and scrapped some of bits, so I couldn't help him with that. The other thing that I got for a Christmas present from my wife and my daughter for Christmas is a couple of T-slot clamps, as you can see. I'll tip that up, and this has got, I believe, and the cutter selection holding block. It's like a foam, hard foam, and it takes many quite a number of different size cutters and what have you, and it's a nice little bit of kit. As I say, I got it for a present. Sainsmart, not expensive. Amazon, not expensive. So that's another addition. This video solely for this, and I'm just hoping that I see one or two more videos out there on it, and I'd like to see people's feedback with it. But it's like anything else with kit that comes out. It was out, as I say, it was out before, and why it was taken off, I don't know. Whether maybe they're having problems with it, I don't know. And you can see these all over Amazon, eBay, but they don't come with the plug on the end. Well, I haven't seen them with the plug on the end. So, and to solder all the cable in and know which pins go to where, you take the chance of damaging your board, you're better off paying the £54. But whether PC, offline controller, that is a great bit of kit. It makes the 4040 Pro feel like my professional one now, because I've got the offline controller which runs the software programs, which my DSP does. I put a memory stick in that, not a chip, it's a little micro SD card. It's a memory stick, and it has all this, what this machine does, built into the DSP. This makes it just like my DSP now, which I'm really over the moon about. And in actual fact, I'm going to try it later, probably, but I did notice on the, I don't know if you can you see a little bit of springy cable that came broken, but it's no detriment. It's only to aid the flexing of the cable. But yeah, that's the conclusion to my video. As I say, like and subscribe, and please give me your feedback if you've got this and you're using it, if you found anything else about it, if you're running it from your PC and using it, please let me know, because I do take interest in what other people do and what other people comment to me about, and if I can help, I will do. So that's me finished for now. My t-shirt, and I'm warm as toast now. Heated waistcoat. In fact, just bear with me, I'll show you. Well, there we go. As you can see, this is the heated waistcoat. Switched it off at the moment. With two buttons there, one for the front, one for the back, and different settings on each. Your battery pack goes in your pocket, and this is what keeps me toasty and warm. Yeah, I want to say thumbs up for this one. So anyway, that's ending to my video now, and what I would like to say is, as I always do, like and subscribe. You be safe and be careful out there. Bye for now.